Hello everyone, forgive the delay. There were some technical difficulties and I wanted to respectfully address Blackout Tuesday. In no way do I want to undermine Blackout Tuesday. I feel our cause that we're supporting today is important, and by donating and supporting the Black community, that's the goal for today. We are supporting the Equal Justice Initiative today. Simultaneously, if you sign on to www.blacklivesmatter.com, you can go there and donate. You can sign up for their mailing list, sign petitions, educate yourselves, and learn more about what has been happening for many, many years and what needs a lot of love and support right now. So, welcome to Back Giving, episode 10, on the 2nd of June. The cause we're supporting is Equal Justice Initiative. At the same time, we're supporting Black Lives Matter. The song we will be singing is Surf's Up. We have shoutouts for this week. Saint Pope from Sheila Lazorski-Berger. I hope I'm saying that right. There's also a big happy birthday to Pamela Pitt from Sarah Cahoe. Pamela Pitt, she's turning 60 on the 24th of July. When I met Pamela and Sarah, they had tattoos on their arm that said Crusaders of the Heart. And I thought that was an absolutely lovely phrase to tattoo. And they love the whole Monarly of Bat Out of Hell. I had to say that word because it's such a funny one. So happy birthday, Pamela. Happy birthday also to our very own Falco, Bradley Dean. He's on the 18th of June. So happy birthday, Bradley, from Kelly Phillips. We have some song requests for today. The first song request is from Andrew Collins. He'd love to hear Objects in the Rearview Mirror. I'm adding that more and more to the list, and it's getting higher and higher up the more people recommend it. Louise Jones would love to hear A Kiss is a Terrible Thing to Waste, and she would also love to hear Objects. Liv Woodard would also love to hear Objects. Boy, I guess we're going to be doing Objects real soon. Sarah Cherry Parker would love to hear Surf's Up. Jennifer Lavaca, Bridge Over Troubled Water. I think that's a great one as well. Alyssa Feander Holden wants to hear Alive from Bat 3. I don't really know Bat 3 that well. However, I'll listen to that album more, and then I'll listen to Alive. And Nathan Burke would love to hear Defying Gravity. That would definitely be a tough one to sing for me, given that I am a male. However, anything's possible. I'll answer the questions from last week after the song. I think it's very, very important to talk about the cause today. I was looking for a donation button for Black Lives Matter. I couldn't find it. However, I did more research and found that the Equal Justice Initiative is a very, very wonderful cause. In the wake of the killings of Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia, Breonna Taylor in Louisville, Kentucky, George Floyd in Minneapolis, and countless others before this, it is crucial for us to rally behind, support, and give endless love to Black lives. We need to love and care for our Black friends, co-workers, neighbors, families, and not be silent at this time, not be silent at all about this. It's gone on for too long, and we need to sing out loud. The Black Lives Matter Foundation is a global organization in the UK, US, and Canada whose mission is to eradicate white supremacy and build local power to intervene in violence inflicted on Black communities. By combating and countering acts of violence, creating space for Black imagination and innovation, and centering Black joy, we are winning immediate improvements in our lives. And the Equal Justice Initiative is an organization that helps Black people who are incarcerated, Black people who have wrongly found themselves on the wrong side of the law, and is helping continuously to make Black Lives Matter and really, really help out people who are in need. So we're doing Surf's Up this week. This song goes out to the Black community, to all our Black friends, co-workers, family, neighbors, and fans. We love you, and you matter so much. So please donate. Again, if you can't donate, sign up for mailing lists. Sign up for the mailing list on Black Lives Matter's website. Educate yourselves. Rachel Cargill is doing a wonderful 30-day education for people who don't understand the Black Lives Matter cause, who want to educate themselves and become better people. Also, sign the many petitions that are out there. We need to continuously support Black lives, because Black lives matter. I know there are people who are saying all lives matter. The best analogy that someone told me is that you're in a neighborhood, one house is on fire in this neighborhood. The fire department is not going to come and spray water on every single house. It needs to put out the fire on that house that's on fire. So Black lives matter because that fire needs to be put out. People need to be helped, people need to be loved, and people need to be saved. So share this message, continue to talk about this, grow a community of love, and for crying out loud, I'm grateful for you guys. So really, thank you so much for all you do. And without further ado, with Steve Corley, I'm going to be doing Surf's Up. So I hope you guys enjoy and continue to stay on top of this. I know this is trending right now. However, this has been happening for over centuries, over 2 centuries. And now is the time to change and work towards that change and work towards the positivity. So this song goes out to the Black community. Surf's Up. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna start again. Hold on. Pounding on the sand tonight. I wanna take your hand and make it feel so right. I know I'm ready and I'll never be like this again. And the sky is trembling and the moon is pale. We're on the edge of forever and we're never gonna fail. I know you're ready and we're riding on the back of the wind. And my body is burning like a naked wire. I wanna turn on the juice, I wanna fall in the fire. I'm gonna drown in the ocean and the bottomless sea. I wanna give you what I'm hoping you'll be giving to me. And when the waves are pounding on the sand tonight, I wanna take your hand and make it good and make it right. And now the sky is trembling, the moon is pale. We're on the edge of forever and we're never gonna fail, no. We'll have I wanna turn on the juice, I wanna fall in the fire, I'm gonna drown in the ocean and the bottomless sea. I wanna give you what I'm hoping you'll be giving to me. And when the waves are pounding on the sand tonight, I wanna take your hand and make it good and make it right. Now the sky is trembling, the moon is pale, we're on the edge of forever and we're never gonna fail, no. Well, how hard? Well, how hard? Well, how hard do I gotta try? Yes, surf's up. Well, surf's up. Yes, surf's up, and so am I. Surf's up, and so am I. Yes, surf's up, and so am I. Yes, surf's up, and so am I. Surf's up, and so am I. Surf's up, and so am I. Okay, thank you. That was Surf's Up. And this is Steve Corley. He did an absolutely amazing job. He didn't have sheet music. He didn't have anything to help him. He transcribed the whole song from Bad for Good, the Jim Steinman version, and put it on the piano, and I think he absolutely nailed it. If you are looking for piano lessons, if you're looking for someone to transcribe Meatloaf, Jim Steinman songs, or rock songs, he is an absolutely wonderful individual to do that. You can contact him at Steve Corley Keys on Twitter. That's SteveCorleyKeys. You can also contact him at www.stevecorley.co.uk. He's an absolutely wonderful human being, and I'm so grateful that he decided to play Surf's Up so we could support the Black community, support Black Lives Matter, and support equal justice, the Equal Justice Initiative. I can't stress enough how important this is right now, and also how important this is just to keep on pushing, to keep on taking action, keep doing, keep educating yourself, keep signing petitions, keep getting involved, keep reaching out to your Black friends, your co-workers, just to continue to tell them you have their back and you were doing your best to educate yourself to better understand everything that has happened over all these years. As a white person, I can never fully understand what Black people have gone through. However, I will do my darndest to show that I am supporting and that I am educating every day. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. A few of the facts that I looked up while looking up Surf's Up. This song first appeared on Jim Steinman's album Bad for Good. Bad for Good came out in 1981. It's a wonderful album if you haven't heard it. Originally, all these songs on Bad for Good were supposed to be on Meatloaf's follow-up to Bad Out of Hell called Renegade Angel. Also, there are people who are posting wonderful links right now while I'm talking. Go to these links, support these pages, support these websites, and donate. You don't all have to donate to the Equal Justice Initiative. There's so many groups out there. I was going to do the blacklivesmatter.com website, and I for some reason couldn't find a donation button for it here. So go to that website and learn and educate and help. Anyway, going back to the album Renegade Angel, which we never saw and we never experienced. The reason that album could not be put together with the Bad for Good songs was because Meatloaf couldn't sing at the time for many various health reasons. I can't imagine anyone could sing very well after singing the Bat One album on a tour for over 2 years that was all over the world. So what happened was Jim sang the songs along with Rory Dodd. I think, as far as I can tell, however, I'm not an expert, Jim and Rory's voice sound very, very similar. Or maybe Rory did that on purpose. Rory was a backup singer for Meatloaf on the tour, and he has a wonderful voice. If you heard his version of Crying Out Loud, that's where I stole the over crying out loud. Wait, open up the sky, let the better that I love shine through. I stole his going up to a D because I heard his version, and it was like a far more country version. Anyway, Jim and Rory, I think Jim sang the lower stuff, I think Rory sang probably the higher stuff to help save Jim's voice. They put together those songs, they brought back members of the E Street Band, members who played on the first Bat Out of Hell album, Roy Bittan on piano, Max Weinberg. The album broke the top 10 in the UK. The Rolling Stone deemed it Wagnerian excess, and I think it's an absolutely wonderful album. So, really, Bad for Good's a good one, and Surf's Up is a wonderful song. So thank you so much for recommending that. I sang the key in G major. I don't exactly recommend that key for anyone, probably not even myself, because it is a ruthless Wagnerian merciless key. However, we got through it, and it's all to support a very, very important cause that needs a lot of love. Meat eventually did Surf's Up in 1984 on Bad Attitude in E major, and I can absolutely see why. It is not going to say easier, it's just in a different operatic register. I'm going to answer some questions from last week. Please feel free to write questions. Please feel free to post websites that you think are important that people should check out for this cause, for Black Lives Matter. And then I will bid you guys adieu. And I will be bidding you guys adieu for a little bit of a break. I've done 10 episodes with you guys, and I can't really thank you enough for how much you've tuned in, how much you've donated, and how supportive you've been to every single cause. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back for season 2 to continue to support the world and give the world love. Courtney Kennedy asked, and this is a follow-up from last week, I said I can cook 3 meals really, really well. And she's asking, which 3 meals can you cook? One of them is a black bean stew. Another one's a fettuccine alfredo kind of vegan version. And the third one is meatloaf. Yes, I know how to cook meatloaf, and I want to say it's all thanks to meatloaf. However, no, it's thanks to my mother for teaching me how to do that. Luke Sampson asked, do your parents sing and play instruments? Could you introduce them and perform with them? My mother sings. My dad plays guitar and piano. My dad sings. I'm sure we could do a concert at some point if you really want that. Kay Reinbeck, this is a continuation to Jacob Davies. Jacob Davies has been asking for me to do a solo Jim Steinman album, and I said, don't worry, I'm going to do it. And Kay Reinbeck said, oh, I do worry, Andrew, I want your CD now. Okay, I'll put it on the to-do list. I'll put it on the burner. Josh Elberg asked, oh gosh, maybe I didn't fully write this down. So many songs. Oh, he asked, could you do a full live stream concert with all the songs? Maybe there will be a full live stream concert for season 2, where we will just do song after song, and then my voice will be absolutely shattered. However, as long as it's for a good cause. Samantha Haythorpe asked if you could play any other role in theater, what would it be? Right now, I'd love to play Curly in that new revival of Oklahoma. Rachel Coombe asks, have you heard of the Dream Engine? What do you think of Jim's early work? I love Jim's early work. I was in a version of the Dream Engine for the 50th anniversary, celebrating it. You can check out episode 2, and you can hear me singing Come in the Night. Jennifer Mayer DeVault asked, can Batcast members sign Bat Stuff for charity? Probably in the future. I think it would be very challenging to get multiple Batcast members to sign an item right now. However, I think that's definitely possible for the future. Kathy Wilding asked, how can you cope with the heat in Crete? Last week I said that Crete was a great vacation spot, and she's wondering how I dealt with the heat. Honestly, it's not humid. And in America, it gets hot and it gets humid. However, if it's just hot and there's no humidity, it's like perfect weather. Andrew Collins asked, is there enough footage for a Bat DVD? You look like a blonde Edward Scissorhands. Well, thank you for the Edward Scissorhands comment. I actually just recently watched Edward Scissorhands on a plane trip. However, I didn't get to finish it because obviously the plane trip ended, and I think there were still like 20 minutes left, so I have no idea what happens. Don't spoil it for me. As far as a Bat DVD goes, I don't think I'm really the right person to ask. I would suggest asking the producers or reaching out to the Bat Out of Hell page. Sheila Lazorski-Berger said, what's your favorite food? My favorite food is olives or Marmite. Sarah Brittany Berger asks, how old were you when you started singing? I was 14 or 15. It was actually very late in my life. I also just assumed that everyone could sing. If you could talk, you could sing. So I was very naive. Sandy Moss Roberts, who is my kindergarten teacher, asked, do you remember your first role? Yes, I do. It was playing Baby Bear in Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So, there you go. I started out early. Oh, I didn't really. I did that, and I think I took a break from acting for a very long time. So, go figure. Eric Jacobson asked, is there a chance you can perform the mirror speech? What version, I might need to ask, because mirror speech is a long one. Josh Elberg, for his second question, asked, why is there a stairway to heaven but a highway to hell? Wonderful question. I don't really know. Luke Sampson asked, what's your favorite place to hang in London? I like Central. I like anywhere where the West End is. That's my favorite place. Selma Abbey asked, what's your sign? I'm an Aquarius. I think all signs are wonderful. Samantha Haythorpe asked, what's your favorite board game? Ooh, gosh. This is gonna sound so weird. My family and we own a box of bug dominoes. So instead of dots on them, they have different kinds of bugs, and we enjoy playing bug dominoes. So there's a little glimpse into my life. And Betty Bird asked, have you ever run a 10K marathon? I have not. Do you have any tips? I know there are a lot of great marathon apps that you can use to help train you for that. And Betty Bird also asked, what's your favorite song to work out to? My favorite song for sure is Bat Out of Hell. I love running to that. Meatloaf's version really gets you pumped. And I don't know, you can always drop from exhaustion after the 10-minute mark, because then the song's over. So Thank you again for all the questions. I hope you've been writing them here. I will answer these when I come back from a break and when we start season 2. Again, I pay my respects to Blackout Tuesday, and I pay my respects to Black Lives Matter, and thank you so much for tuning in and making this cause an important part of your lives, because we need to continue to support this even when it's not trending anymore, because this needs to continue to change in the world, and we need to continue to support the change and love Black lives. So thank you so much, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in a few weeks.